Morning everyone, it's Audrey, StitchyWitch42. It is Monday, the 5th of August. Happy moving day, Amy of Amy DeVille, the leader of the Stitchers Coven on Facebook. I hope everything goes smoothly for you and I hope you enjoy your new home. Okay, I have a list of stuff and I have to start out by saying that normally I wouldn't be doing a video today. My schedule is usually every other week. But I have so much to talk about, and I'm going to the stitching weekend this coming weekend, and if I waited until after that, oh my god, I think my brain would explode because there's so much. 2 pages. All right, I want to start out by sharing a piece of mail that I got. No. Backtrack a moment. In my last video, I was doing a giveaway on the magazines. I am not announcing winners for that on this video because my usual pattern is to do every other week. So when I do my video next week, I will announce the winners for those 3 magazines. So we're good on that, right? Okay. I got a card in the mail from Vicky, Stitching Buttons. And cute, so cute. Cats, they do anything and they're cute. Even though they're wicked evil overlords, and they're lovable wicked evil overlords. Cats can do anything and they're cute. And if you don't think so, don't tell me. Anyway, so I get this card and I opened it up and she sent me tissue. If you've watched my videos for any length of time, you understand the reference to the videos. If you haven't watched me and you want to know about it, I think I actually have a video titled Tissues. Go check it out because it's funny. But besides the tissue, she sent me a spot band-aid and an alcohol pad. And it said, enjoy this first aid prep kit. Add it to your stitch bag. I'm going to. Now, why did she send this to me? I was playing Floss Chicken, and I posted this on Instagram. I think we have all played Floss Chicken at one point or another. How come I can take the card out of the envelope, but I can't put it back? I was playing Floss Chicken. I was stitching on the moon pattern that I'm making into a pin cushion for my sewing kit with Sister Sun and Brother Moon. And I had a piece of floss about this long and I had 8 stitches to do. And that's plenty long for 8 stitches, right? Well, I always hide my floss under the back and stitch over it a couple of times. And of course you have it through the needle and bent back, so that takes it off. So now you've got about this much to do 8 stitches. And I got them done. But as I turned my Q-snap over, I pulled the needle off the floss. So what I did is I was holding the needle in my left thumb and forefinger. With my other 3 fingers, I was holding the Q-snap because I was going to turn it over and bring it up to my mouth so I could lick the end of the floss and thread the needle again. And I stabbed myself in the forehead. Yeah, I stabbed myself in the forehead. So, of course, I had to post it on Instagram, the offending piece of floss, and tell my story. And people laughed. Stacy, Postal Stitcher, said she may have dribbled coffee on the floor. She didn't say whether it came from the cup or not. I don't know. But the reason why I'm leading with this story is because I want to talk about my sense of humor. On my last video, I was teasing Stephanie and Jolynn up at Acorns and Threads for the last video that Stephanie, who's one half of Pixie Dust Stitchers, did. about mowing someone down at Acorns and Threads to pay for Michelle's pattern and leaving a footprint on Jolene's head. I knew when Stephanie was telling the story and Jolene was embellishing it from wherever she was in the story, I knew they were having fun with me. I was having fun with them. And a lot of people got that, but somebody didn't. My sense of humor is snarky, sarcastic, dark, wicked. I love that word. Dry. I've been this way forever, and I have to be true to myself. What you see on the videos, this is me. With the exception that in person, until I get to know you, I can't talk like this. Unless I'm in a comfort zone, I'm quiet because I can't talk like this until I get to know people. But I've gotten to know you through doing my videos, so I can sit here in the privacy of my own home and talk to my camera and talk like this. I've got to be true to myself. This is my sense of humor. Some people get it, some people don't. Some people really don't like it. I have been told in real life that I'm not as funny as I think I am. I think I'm frickin' hilarious. I'm not going to apologize for my sense of humor. But when I went up to Acorns and Threads on Thursday, Stephanie wasn't sure. She thought maybe it was more serious than what I meant it to come across as. So I did apologize to her because I thought the whole thing was hilarious. And I know that she talked with a couple other people who are stitchers up there and who had seen the video, and they had all told her, this is just Audrey, she's joking. You know, it's funny. So after Stephanie and I had our big hug and worked everything out, I love her. I asked her to get her camera ready, and I asked Jolene to come over to me because before I went up to Acorns and Threads that day, I took a Post-it pad and I drew a footprint on the Post-it pad. So when Jolene came up to me, and I love Jolene too, I grabbed my book because I had the Post-it in there. I found it, put my arm around Jolene, stuck the Post-it on her forehead, and had Stephanie take a picture and post it on Instagram. And I later took a photo shot of that and posted it myself. I love both those ladies. I love all the people up at Acorns and Threads. And the whole thing was meant to be humorous. And I realize that there are a lot of you out there watching my videos who got that. Thank you. I thought it was funny. I still think it's funny. Vicky says it's still hashtag Audrey as a bully, but you know, she sent me a first cake gift because she loves me and she gets my sense of humor. So there you go. Okay, Acorns. Oh my God. Oh my God. It was a fantastic day. There is a group on Facebook, Pacific Northwest Stitchers, and it is mostly the people in the Pacific Northwest who are on it. And I had posted on that Wednesday that I was planning on being up there about 11 o'clock in the morning. Acorns opens at 10. When we started doing our meetups, we decided that we were going to do them on the first Thursday, and we were going to do them from 1 to 4 p.m. because we were new and we didn't know each other, and that was a good time frame for everybody to get there and be able to sit down and do stuff together. And since then, everybody who is local to the area who joins in on the first meetups, we keep getting there earlier and earlier and earlier and earlier. So I had posted on the group that I was going to be there about 11 because I wanted to make a whole day out of it. I told Mark, I said, you're on your own for dinner because I'm going to stay and I'm going out to dinner with the ladies. It was good. I got there about 11:15. And over the course of the next couple hours, everybody starts drifting in, and it ended up that there was a total of about 16 of us there that day. And I'm going to go around the table and tell you who all was there. Sitting next to me was Darlene Baumgardner. Team Darlene. Yes. Next to her was Erin, who is 2 Martini Stitcher. She had commented on the group, because she's a member of Pacific Northwest Stitchers, that she was going to be there. And I did not realize when she posted that she has her own floss tube. She's 2 Martini Stitcher. So when I got home Friday, I started watching her videos, and I've seen 4 so far, and oh my God, I love this lady. So you have to go check her out. Next to Erin was Colette Kingsley, Highway Stitcher. I've said it before, I will say it again. This is a fantastic woman, and I love her so much. Next to Colette was Stephanie, who is 1/2 of Pixie Dust Stitchers. And she and Wendy have decided that they are going to do their own videos. Stephanie will be, she's already got her name picked out for her videos, but has not posted her first one yet. So keep an eye out for Stitch, ! Goes my heart. That will be Stephanie's new floss tube videos. She doesn't stitch as fast as, she thinks she doesn't stitch as fast as other people, and so she felt that every 2 weeks was too often for her, and she didn't want to show the same thing over and over again. So keep an eye out for Stitch! Goes my heart, and give her lots of love when she gets her video going. Okay, next to Stephanie was Lisa Gomez, regular visitor up there. Next to her was Marion, and I'm going to talk about Marion more later on. She's in my list. Next to Marion was a lady, her name is Anna, and hold on a second, I have to find my bag because I have Quilt Roadies. She is also Woolly Mammoth 53. So she has her own YouTube, but it's more on quilting. Okay. Next to Anna was Christine, Stitch All the Things. And if you don't know her, why not? Because she's fantastic. Next to her was my girl, Michelle Garrett, Bendy Stitchy. Next to Michelle was Beth Twist, Heartstring Samplery. She is such a nice lady. She's been there maybe 4 or 5 times on our meetups. Always a pleasure. Always a pleasure to meet her. Next to her is a woman whose name I don't know. There's 2 of them whose name I don't know. And it just dawned on me, if I called up and asked Janine who these 2 ladies' names were, she'd probably be able to tell me. So I'll do that after the video, and I'll insert their names down below. Then there was Margaret, who has been coming to the last 5 or 6 or 7 or 8 meetups. Very nice lady. The second lady, whose name I don't know, was next to her. And then there's Jennifer with an N, with 1 N. And then myself. And later on in the day, Linda Jo, Pretty Southern, showed up. So 16 people. Fantastic day. When I went up there, my plan was I had made another one of the little pillows with the It's You I Like pattern, and I wanted to put beads around it. And I looked through the beads that I have here, and I knew that I didn't have enough of any one color to finish it, and I wanted to gift it to somebody up there. And then it dawned on me, hey Audrey, you go into an LNS and you know that Janine has a whole spinner rack of Mill Hill beads. Get your beads up there and do it while you're visiting. The blonde is natural. Sometimes it's way more evident than others. On the other hand, I've also convinced people that I'm brunette, so there you go. I don't know if brunettes are naturally more intelligent than blondes. I'm not putting anybody down. It's my sense of humor. There you go. So anyway, I got up to Acorns and Threads and I went over and I grabbed a package of beads and I started putting the beads on my piece. That was what I worked on. I also grabbed the other things that I was going to buy. I always put my purchases in my bags that I stitched. This is one of Beth Twist's patterns. It's a free pattern. If you actually go into Acorns and Threads and you walk up to any of the ladies up there, they will give this to you. And it has the alphabet so you can personalize it for yourself. So I always take this with me and put my purchases in here because who wouldn't? All right. So my other purchases were, I got the last 3 hands-on designs: Spooky Apothecary, Skeleton Polish, Spider Legs, Snail Slime. Sorry. The other pattern that I got here was a Frony Ritter design, who is a Pacific Northwest designer. This is Pumpkin Brew. I'm collecting some little patterns like this because I have an idea for next year, but I'm not going to tell you about it because that's the way I roll. The other 2 things that I got up there, I purchased from Marion. Marion Gamenthaler, she is Caddy Cross Stitches, and she makes what she calls a snippety. She had brought some of these in 2 or 3 months ago and gifted all of us with one of them. And what it is, it's just a nice piece of fabric. Well, it's not just fabric. Girl knows how to package things. But it has felt on this side. And then up here in the corner, she's got her little Instagram name, Caddy Cross Stitches, with her cat, Patty Fiona. And this has a magnet in there. And she gifted us all with one like this. She's going to be selling them. She's going to open an Etsy store. I don't know if she has that open yet or not, but she is Caddy Cross Stitches on Instagram. I just dropped the card on the floor. If you really want to get a hold of her, you could call Acorns and Threads. I'm sure they would pass a message along. They've done it for me. But anyway, she was showing some fabrics that she had, and I had to get this one. Yeah. But she makes them in 2 sizes. She makes this size, and she makes this size. $10, $8, set $18. I've taken the other one that I got from her. I've used it at the park, and I will set out my Bags Plus Floss Buddy so that I've got all my flosses there and I can see what they are, and they're nice and safe, tucked in their little pockets. And then I will set this on top of it so that I can put my needle or my scissors on this, and I can drop my snippets on this. And when I pack it up, everything sticks. So I bought a set for me. Skulls. But then I also had to buy a set that I am sending on to a friend I've never met in person, but she's a friend nonetheless. She lives over in Scotland, and when I saw this fabric, I knew this was the fabric that I had to get for her. And I'm leaving it in the bag because this is a gift and I'm not going to open it up. It's a unicorn. If you don't know, Scotland's national animal is a unicorn. So I am sending this on to my friend Becca. Becca, if you're watching, I'm sending this on to you because I think these are great. So, Marion, Caddy Cross Stitches on Instagram. You could either contact her through Instagram. I think it's a Gmail address too, but I'm not sure because the card fell on the floor and I don't feel like picking it up. And I'll post it in the box down below. So there. Okay. When I got done stitching the beads on my little piece that I was working on, I did something that I haven't done before at our meetups, and I think I'm going to do this more often. I got up and I moved. And I went over and sat with Christine and Michelle and chatted with them for a bit. And from there, I got up and I moved and I went over and sat with Stephanie and Lisa and Marion and Anna. And I chatted with them for a bit. And then I moved again and I chatted with Colette and Christine again. And it was so wonderful. I can't tell you how fantastic that whole day was. Michelle had asked Christine if she wanted to be part of this collective stitch that was started by Trisha, Threads Entwined. Trisha got a beautiful piece of fabric, and I know Christine has shown this on her last video. So she has a picture of it there, and I've also got a picture of it on Instagram. Trisha started this piece. She got a piece of fabric from Nikki's Prims and Whims. Beautiful fabric. It has dragonflies on it, and she was having it sent around to various people, and everybody is going to stitch "It's You I Like" and put their initials next to it. So Trisha's was on there, and then Trisha sent it to Diana. It is Kismet, and her stitching is on there and her initials. Diana sent it to Michelle, who she stitched it and put her initials. And there at the shop on Thursday, it was given to Christine, Stitch All the Things, and her initials are there. And I asked if I could be part of it. So Christine gave it to me. I started stitching it there. It became quite evident I was not going to be able to finish it in time. So Michelle told me that when I'm done with it, to send it on to Amy. Amy Loves Toads. It was mailed out the next day. But I did get a picture of it. It's posted on my Instagram. It's also on Christine's video. Check it out. I think that this is a fantastic idea. Everybody is writing a little note to go along with it. What color they stitched it in. I use DMC 796, my favorite color. And when it's full, it's supposed to go back to Trisha, and she is going to have it framed and have it hanging in her shop with all these cards, and I just think that is so cool. So technically that means that I have now stitched "It's You I Like" 5 times. On my last video, I said I was going to stitch it 394 times. That's a reference to Harry Potter, but Michelle called me on it and said that I have to now, and that she gets the very last one. I have a list of people that I was going to do this and send it off to them. I don't think that I know 394 people, but I'm going to be working on it however long it takes. Also, in the course of the day, Stephanie made the comment that Fall Fling is coming up. And Fall Fling is a 2.5-day retreat that Acorns puts on in the fall every year. It's already full. There's already a waiting list. Last year when I went to it, we did a smalls exchange. So that's what I was thinking we were going to do this year. And I was working on my small, getting it ready for the exchange, when Stephanie pops up and says, "No, it's an ornament exchange this time." I looked at Michelle and I said, did you know it was an ornament exchange? She goes, "No." I asked Stephanie, I said, "How do you know it's an ornament exchange?" She goes, "It was in the email." I'm supposed to read the emails. I look at them, I see pictures, I see pretties, and then I look at them and yeah. So now I have to come up with an ornament. Well, it's a good thing that the other thing that I purchased up there was this. There is so much cute stuff in here. So much cute stuff. This one right here in the center is a Darlene Jones. I'm going to be stitching that. This. Oh my God. This. So Friday morning, I was sitting there stitching, and I'm thinking, I've got to get started on my ornament now because I didn't read the email. Stop yelling at me. God. So I have to find a pattern. And I went through there, and there is so much cute stuff. Fall Fling is the first weekend in November, so it's right after Halloween. So yes, I could do a Halloween small ornament, or I could do a fallish ornament. So my criteria looking through the book was to find something that would fit. And I found this pattern, and it's cute, and it is so totally not me. And I posted a picture on Instagram, and before I show you the picture of the pattern or what I've got stitched so far, when I posted this on Instagram, Jackie, a regular viewer, she's JT68 Turtle on Instagram, she made a comment. And I read it, and I laughed my ass off. To quote, "Now that double 30 happened, one needs to try new things to keep the brain cells firing." Love you, Jackie. Thank you. So, if I do this right, I won't show the pattern. This is what I'm stitching. It is the Halloween hen. So I went upstairs and I looked through the fabrics that I have, and I had this piece of fabric. This is a Lakeside Needlecraft. 2 years ago, I signed up to do a mystery Halloween stitch, and this was the fabric for the Halloween stitch. And then I got the first two patterns, and I realized that, yes, it's a cute pattern, but it wasn't my aesthetic. So I put the fabric in my stash because it's pretty. And this is what I've got stitched of the chicken so far. It has a pumpkin in its belly. It's going to be standing on the corn, and it's going to have 2 more plants around it, and it's going to be cute, and it's going to be wonderful. I'm stitching a chicken. The other reason why I wanted to mention Jackie is because on my last video, I had asked for some advice on how to attach my pincushion to the inside of this box. And I didn't know whether to use Velcro or not. And she came back with, don't, because the one side will catch everything. And I thought, yep, it will. So I didn't do it. A couple of different people had told me to fill it with sawdust. So I went down about 1.5 blocks from my house is a cabinet shop. So I drove down there with a gallon baggie and walked over to one of the guys that works at the shop. And I said, "Do you have any sawdust?" And he kind of looked at me like, "What?" He goes, "What do you need sawdust for?" And I said, "Because I want to stitch a pincushion." He goes, "What?" I said, "A needle cushion?" He goes, "Oh, okay." So I followed him into the shop, and he went and filled up this, he probably filled it about 2/3, a gallon bag, about 2/3 of the way with fresh sawdust. So I came home and I had sewn my pincushion. My moon was down here where I was stitching on it when I stabbed myself with the needle. And I went to fill this with sawdust. I've never filled anything with sawdust before. So I had my opening and I had it big enough that I could get a funnel in there, and I'm pouring sawdust in. And sawdust does not just go in and spread, it goes in piles. And I'm like, how am I supposed to get it to move? How am I supposed to get it into the corner? And I finally figured out that if I shook it like a package of the cheese mix and macaroni or cheese, you know how you shake those to get them down, that it moved. Shake, 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 and it moved, and shake, 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 and then I got it stuffed. So it's nice and full and hard, and it fits right inside the box. So I will have space over here for stitching accoutrement, and I'm taking this with me this weekend to do some more finish work on it and to get Sister Sun and Brother Moon attached to the front of it. Okay. I think that's it. I think I got everything covered that I wanted to get covered. Like I said, if I had waited until after this weekend when I'm going over to Sisters, Oregon for the stitching weekend, my brain would explode because there would be too much goodness to share. So, one other piece of mail before I forget, because I have it sitting here. I got a card from Connie and Melina. Count twice, stitch once. She sent me this beautiful card, and the needle minder up above is a sun made from a shrinky dink. This is going to go in with this. Perfect. Thank you, Connie. Thank you, Melina. I've been enjoying your videos too. That's it. That's all. I will talk to you again next Monday after the stitching weekend. I have so much stuff to get ready this weekend, and I have to go shopping with my daughter and granddaughters for school clothes today, and I've got so much to get ready for this weekend, and I'm so excited. I am literally bouncing off the walls. Are we there yet? Live long and stitch on, my friends. Until next week, thank you for coming and visiting. Thank you for getting my sense of humor. Love you all.